Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey back with another video. So I wanted to share my thoughts in regards to some of the most recent recordings that has been popping up all over the place in regards to Jasmine Crockett. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Now in regards to Jasmine Crockett, for a lot of you who are aware, I tend to be more closely aligned with Team Red, the Republican side of the spectrum. But my overall perspective is very much more aligned with being right in the center. Part of the reason, because I said this in quite a few of my older videos as well, that it's different sides to the same bird. In regards to Team Red and Team Blue, they're still part of the same bird when it comes to how this country is ran. Interesting enough, a lot of people would agree that both sides have some great qualities about them. While on the other hand, there are some not so great qualities about both sides as well, being Democrat and Republican. So I have to say, when it comes to Jasmine Crockett, regardless of the fact that she's on the opposing side, if you will, compared to myself, I would still say that I need to give credit where credit is due because she is a very knowledgeable woman as well. One thing that we can both agree on, I would say, is that we seem to both have a love for people, for the people. When it comes to how this nation is ran and what steps should be taken to go forward and towards the betterment of the country. What rules should be taken into consideration or, updated, altered, if you will, when it comes to the betterment of this country, how this country should truly be ran. Again, as I mentioned in my earlier videos, as a collective, we need to get out of the mindset and thinking that, oh, it's Team Red against Team Blue. Team Blue looks like idiots at this point, especially because Kamala had lost. Or Team Red looks like complete numbnuts because they got that orange man in there. We all know who they're talking about when they say that. It's just minute excuses for why we should have a sense of disdain, a sense of disgust amongst one another, just because of what party we choose to closely align with. We have to look at it on a deeper scale. It's plain and simple. Quit being so focused on the history of a party. Quit being so focused on, who aligns with that party. The part that I'm trying to drive home here is that the name calling is so childish. If you're really going to get to the nooks and crannies of the situation for what it is and what needs to be done to better this nation, to truly make America great again, genuinely, we have to cut out all the other nonsense. Let's look at it on a deeper scale and truly understand that as long as the passion, the drive for wanting to see a better nation is there, that is all that truly matters. And come to some type of agreement. To be able to sit down and have a sensible conversation, not a conversation where you have individuals such as Marjorie Taylor Greene choosing to attack another person on the opposing side because they feel that, their decision making is being altered in a bad way because they chose to wear eyelashes. Something that's technically considered an accessory that all women from all walks of life, all racial backgrounds, choose to wear now and again. Not only that, and that was a perfect example because you saw with the reaction that came thereafter from Crockett. The fact that she called her a bleach blonde, bad built butch body. As I say in a lot of my videos, for every action, there's a reaction. And I even have to say it myself, especially being predominantly on the side of Team Red. I give kudos to her for even taking that approach because, honey, I think have a bit of a mouth on me too. I would have ate her alive in that room when she pulled that stunt if she would have tried it with me. So no, I don't blame Jasmine Crockett one bit for responding in the way she did. And as a matter of fact, to be quite frank, a lot of women of color would agree with that too. That definitely would have been what I would consider to be a slight code switch moment if it was me. Then I would have brought it back, of course. With that being said, though, I think we need to get to a more serious focus when it comes to all of this and quit all the name calling and nonsense and quit trying to get some type of reaction out of an individual, such as, you know, that other lady who antagonized Crockett recently and actually threw the offer out there for her to want to take it outside. I think we all know if Crockett chose to do that, let's say she decided to accept the offer, we all know who would have won that. Let's be honest. If we could truly come to an even ground and truly understand that the key focus in all of this should be on the betterment of this nation and how can we all as a collective move forward in doing so, I truly think that we could be in a better position compared to where we are now. I feel like we're getting there slowly but surely. As I mentioned in some of my recent videos, you see quite a bit of that taking form from Trump's end. He's trying to make some changes. And granted, it might not be moving at a pace that most of us would like, but it's happening. That's when the whole notion of patience is a virtue comes in. Like, we're seeing it take form, but just know it's going to be here in due time. So that's all for this quick video, you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll be interested to know you guys' thoughts. Again, as I mentioned, from my end, even though I'm right-leaning when you are talking about the Republican Party, but for most of us, especially with, I would say Gen X onward, a lot of us are taking that approach and really doing our research. And usually that is what's going to determine our choice for any of the election periods to come. So for me personally, I felt that looking at both sides of the spectrum, both red and blue, it seems like red's approach was what more aligned with me in the previous years onward until now, which is why I've chosen to be more aligned with them. And who's to say? I mean, my hope would be that we continue to work towards the betterment of this nation and they continue to maintain that stance so that we do continue to move forward in that regard. But you never know what the future holds. So it's kind of like the saying, the ball is in their court. It's all about how they choose to play the game at this point. And as always, I'm definitely sending you guys off with love and light, and I will see you in the next video. Be blessed.